together on lap 1. And it caused some damage to the truck. Eventually blew the left rear tire and caused Ron to crash. The start here, he has the same problem again. But not as severe this time, it doesn't look like. If he doesn't have any cooling problems with that truck, he's certainly still fast. You see him cutting his way toward the front.
Side by side for 6. Kligerman on the outside, Carmichael on the inside.
Great battle with some future stars here in the series. Ricky Carmichael has the edge right now.
A couple of future stars being chased by a veteran. Champion Tom Bodine is just behind these two youngsters.
Talk about youth. Josh Richards back there behind Bodine.
And hanging in the top 10 too. By far the best showing we've seen out of Josh Richards.
There's a surprise. Brendan Gaughan up next to the wall. Oh,
and
trouble.
Into the 8 of Nelson Piquet is the 13 of Johnny Sauter. Hard contact.
Sauter was minding his own business, just coming off the turn. Piquet got spooked, I think, a little bit by where Brendan was. Moved to the left, away from Brendan Gaughan, and right into the side of Johnny Sauter, our point leader.
There's Justin Marks. He goes by Piquet in the GoPro Chevrolet.
Take another look.
Watch this now. Watch the exhaust out of Brendan Gaughan's on the left side there of the screen. You see him back off the throttle. He sees those guys make contact. He was going to back off to give those guys a chance to figure out which direction they were going to go.
This could be a lot of damage to the right side of our point leader's truck.
Pretty hard hit there.
Yeah, the truck's almost bounced up off the ground. Watch this contact. Boom. He was just expecting Nelson Piquet to be out there where he belonged. He didn't know. Johnny didn't really realize, I don't think, that Brendan Gaughan had crept up on the outside and made it 3 wide. Johnny's just exiting the corner, assuming that Nelson Piquet is just going to come off the corner normal.
Go up to the wall.
Yeah, like he's supposed to, but he didn't know Johnny had jumped in that hole. But certainly doesn't seem to have hurt Sauter at this point, Phil.
And that's the challenge of a racetrack like this. When you have people running all over the racetrack, it's really difficult to see a guy that's literally 3 lanes away from you up against the top of the racetrack.
They can sneak up on you in a hurry. You saw the difference in speed earlier in the race when Cole Witt was making all those moves on the high side. That's exactly what happened there. Brendan Gaughan got a big run on Piquet, and Piquet had to pull down to keep from running into Gaughan.
On the restart, Clint Boyer did exactly what he did at the start of this race. Now he's pulled away to a 1.3 second lead over Kyle Busch as the battle continues between Sauter and David Starr for position.
Caution's out.
We're hearing caution once again on the racetrack, this time turn 4.
They'll come in and work on that 13 truck, I bet you.
The 78.
Well, he's had some
BJ
contact.
McLeod.
Somebody's running the back of that truck.
Johanna Long, left
the
front
damage to the left front. I think we found the other party to that.
So BJ McLeod will come onto pit road. There you see a lot of damage to the left front of the 20 of Johanna Long. Take another look.
Right side of your screen.
Was he pitting?
Looked like he was slowing, certainly, maybe to come to pit road.
Johanna didn't see that. Didn't realize he was going to be so abrupt trying to get down on pit road. Drove right in the back of him.
So BJ McLeod will work on his truck, see if he can get back out on the racetrack here at Atlanta. The big name has been Clint Boyer. Can he hang on and win at Atlanta Motor Speedway? Well, a guy who's gone to victory lane 4 times here, Kyle Busch, is right on his back bumper. Wednesday night's car show's all new and a can't miss as Matt Farah goes wild at the Ford Proving Grounds and Adam Carolla takes a look at the skeletons you have hiding in your trunk. Don't miss the car show. That's Wednesday night, 10 Eastern only on Speed.
That's pretty talented.
Aaron's lucky dog goes to Jennifer Jo Cobb in the 10.
She gets a lap back on the field. How appropriate. Aaron sponsors that award.
Yeah, and they're here from here in Atlanta.
They are, and they'll help you get a lap back on your life. So.
5 trucks off the racetrack. Cole Witt, Charles Vest, Johnny Chapman, Mike Garvey, and Dennis Setzer. We see more work being done for Red Horse Racing. This time it's the 7 team that has issues. So Miguel Paludo trying to get those issues resolved.
Whoa.
Ray.
Guys, there's a big issue down here right now developing about as far as what happened as they got ready to go to the pits. They have told Clint Bowyer that he has to go to second and that Kyle Busch will take the lead because he committed to come to pit road. And Bruce Cook, as crew chief, says the only time you commit to pit road is once you pass the cone. If you've not passed the cone, you still keep your position. Interesting to see what your guys' thoughts are here. Clint Bowyer was going to come down pit road and decided to go back to the racetrack.
I think, Phil, you've got to maintain a reasonable pace. And you can see there, Bowyer slowed down to get to pit road speed, not maintaining that reasonable speed. And so NASCAR said, you can't just stop and then get your spot back.
That's a great view of it from the Toyota onboard of Kyle Busch. You could see out his driver window him passing the 2 truck. Now, had Clint Bowyer maintained his speed, there's a commitment cone right there. You see that. If he goes left of that commitment cone, he has to come to pit road.
If he had have gone inside that cone,
he has to come to pit
You're
road.
right. And did you know that cone has a Twitter account now? I don't know what the heck
it's going to be pretty happy, right? Yeah, it's the orange cone.
It's follow the orange cone, I guess.
Orange cone, I believe, on Twitter. But Phil doesn't. Orange cone has a Twitter account. Phil doesn't, amazingly enough. But he didn't commit. He did not hit that commitment line and go down on the left side of that orange cone.
That's why he's second, Rick. If he had gone inside that, he'd be at the back of the field because he would have had to go into the tail of the field. He's second because he didn't keep his speed up coming to the front straightaway. Watch, you can clearly watch Clint Bowyer right there, braking to get slow and then changes his mind. His pace doesn't allow him to stay right behind the pace car.
And watch from the onboard here now. When we see Kyle's onboard, watch this. Watch out the left side. You're going to see him pass the 2 truck. And Kyle, you don't hear him accelerating to get by the 2 truck. He's just running his normal pace behind the pace car.
And so that is why NASCAR has said Kyle Busch will be out front when we restart this. Clint Bowyer will start second. Hermie.
Rick, we saw the action on the racetrack a couple laps ago. Nelson Piquet Jr. in the middle of a three wide situation on the racetrack suffered some damage to the left front fender truck. There, you see it right there, left front fender. He just came in the pits, and those guys did a lot of work on the truck to try to get the fender pulled out in front of the left front tire and push it back in a little bit behind the left front tire. But he did not take tires. We go back to the story before the race started. All these teams trying to manage their tires, but the 8 truck did come to pit road for a little bit of fuel and some repairs to the left front fender area.
Guys, you remember in Finian last year when Marcus Ambrose was leading the race trying to save fuel. Here's the damage that Hermie was just talking about, the contact between Johnny Sauter and Nelson Piquet Jr. But remember, Marcus Ambrose, car shut off, couldn't restart it, ended up restarting that race about 6 because that's when his car would restart, and that's when he was able to maintain the caution speed. So I think NASCAR made the right call there and giving Kyle Busch the lead.
Oh, I know they made the right call. That's the kind of stuff you can't make up. That's just that's a chance for Clint Bowyer to say, I'm going to fake you out. Kyle didn't take the fake, kept his speed up. You got to come to the races at Atlanta. They're so fun. A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, we're only 41 laps into this one, and already we've seen 2 3 wide passes for the lead.
And guys, there's some great seats left available for this weekend too, and it's going to cool off a little bit Sunday, about 10 degrees less than the oppressive heat we've seen. So if you're in the area or can get here, come on out.
Yeah, come enjoy this Labor Day weekend with the folks here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It promises to be another great race. There's a great points battle building up as we race toward the chase for the Sprint Cup Series.
2 races to go to the chase. 2 races to go.
2 to go, and you've only got a couple guys that are actually locked in, and that wild card position is still up for
wide open.
Denny Hamlin has to be as nervous as anyone in Atlanta. He's got 1 win. There's a couple guys back behind him in points that have a win also. They could jump ahead of him by getting that 2nd win. The points, the battle to the chase is as good as it's ever been.
Let's see what Kyle Busch does with the lead here as he comes to the green flag. We're back underway.
You remember when Kyle was pursuing Clint, Kyle ran into Clint. Wonder if he'll repay the favor.
Look at the acceleration by that Chevrolet.
Up the racetrack went Clint Bowyer trying to run the 18 a little higher. 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Crafton. Crafton tucks back in behind the 18. Ricky Carmichael on the inside also trying to make it 3 wide. This time for second as Kyle Busch has surged out in front. Clint Bowyer running second. Matt Crafton third.
Comes Parker Kligerman around the top of Austin Dillon. Great move there.
Okay, the top of the racetrack is working. We saw Kyle make that move work by keeping Clint pinned down.
Whoa, Clint had a run on Kyle, and Kyle chopped him off. Looks like a little bit of bad blood between these two.
Gamesmanship there, maybe.
There's a lot of fun stuff right here.
Turner Motorsports running side by side. Ricky Carmichael now tucks in behind the 08 of Ryan Newman. Those two teammates tonight.
Ryan Newman sees a couple of his Cup buddies up there battling for the lead. He wants to be a part of that.
Right now, the only thing separates him is the 88 of Matt Crafton. Matt having a good run right now, running third.
I'm just impressed by this 15 truck, Phil. Like you said, he's just gotten up to speed here. Been right near or inside that top 10 ever since we said go. And right now he currently rides in ninth. And it's fun to watch a young cat like that get a feel for things. We saw him struggle at Kentucky, but man, this is one of the highest speed tracks we run at. And he's right in the middle of the battle. That's awesome.
Just looks like all of a sudden he gets it.
Just Josh Richards' 5th race in the Camping World Truck Series this year, running for Kyle Busch Motorsports.
And just know if you see him sideways, he's happy. That's what he's done for. That's how you learn how to race, is going sideways in a dirt car. This place reminds you a whole lot of a dirt track.
Battle for the lead. Here comes Clint Boyer on the outside. He's going to take the spot away. Kyle Busch letting him know he doesn't want to give it up yet. Gave a little contact there.
Trying to side draft him a little bit to slow the momentum of Clint Boyer. I think Clint's trying to make a statement here.
Yeah, and Clint also went down and side drafted Kyle down in the center of the corner. That's a unique place to side draft. We always see it on the straightaway.
At the stripe, 9/1000th of a second separated Clint Boyer and Kyle Busch. Boyer had the edge when they crossed the start-finish line.
What great side-by-side racing here with two of the stars in NASCAR.
And this is when they'll get out of their truck and they'll say, that was fun. That was fun. Side-by-side racing.
Oh, sideways for Boyer up on the high side. Kyle's going to hold him off.
Kyle Busch back out in front. Boyer led the last lap. This time it's Kyle Busch in front by almost a truck length now.
That's impressive to get pinched down like Kyle was and come out of that battle with the lead. Clint's going to go back and try to get him some more back to the top side.
Trying to use the momentum once again. Getting a draft off the 18. That Dollar General 18 has been out front for just a couple laps now.
And while these guys are battling side by side, they're running faster side by side than the guys pursuing them.
That does not bode well for the chances of the guys pursuing. There's Ryan Newman riding along in the 4th spot, right on Matt Crafton's tailgate. What an emotional race this must be for Newman, his buddy. Raced the number 08 car, won lots of races.
Yeah, Bo Slocum lost his life earlier this year to cancer.
We got to spend a lot of time with Bo how about
Kansas? Yeah,
Kansas had a great finish. Had finished in the top 5, and really his career was on the upswing. That was actually after he had already battled cancer one time and beat it. So tough loss for our sport.
We saw Clint Boyer get sideways chasing that 18. Ryan Newman still digging just behind the 88 of Matt Crafton. There's Parker Kligerman. He's got his hands full now with Austin Dillon back behind him in the 3.
It's a good battle from third on back there.
Hornaday's marching his way back through the field.
With all that damage to the front of that Chevrolet.
That puts him back inside the top 10. And a really fast truck. I'm watching his lap times, and he's able to run something that would put him inside the top 10 if he ever gains back the track position that he lost by making those repairs on pit road.
Busch, Boyer, Crafton, Newman, and Carmichael, your top 5. Boyer had his hands full just moments ago as he was chasing after and trying to take that lead away from Kyle Busch. Now you see about 3 to 4 truck lengths separating the two trucks.
He likes that middle line. He tries to get a run on the outside of Kyle Busch, and look, he was on the gas hard. The thing didn't stick, and man, that's about as sideways as you'll see one of these babies here.
And his background's dirt as well, so that's not altogether unaccustomed for Clint.
Look at that. Look, did you see those front tires turn dead right?
And the 13 of Johnny Sauter hit the wall.
Flat tire coming outside, coming to you guys, flat.
So Johnny Sauter
right side.
going to ask for right side tires as he slows on the racetrack, making the hard left turn onto pit road.
Man, it's been an interesting month or so for this team.
See that right front tire is flat on that truck, Hermie?
Yeah, Johnny Sauter coming to pit road. He's had a couple of tire issues during green flag conditions in recent weeks, really hurting his points position and his position on the racetrack. They're going to come in and get right side tires and try to get him back on the racetrack and fuel, but losing valuable track position is Johnny Sauter.
That all stems back from the Nelson Piquet issue earlier.
That was the other side. How about this side-by-side battle for the lead?
That was the right side. He slid up and hit him. Great battle for the lead. Kyle Busch back to the bottom of the racetrack. Clint Boyer, though, battling on the outside again.
Look at that.
Oh, look at Kyle Busch sideways. Coming out of turn number 4. And Clint Boyer back in front of the field.
How fun is this battle? Holy cow.
Clint Boyer down to the bottom of the racetrack. Kyle Busch now moves up against the wall. We've seen